Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. All right, guys, exciting stuff today. Let's just run it back. All right, guys. So on Friday, we found ourselves in the golden pocket. We also did point out in the last video, you kind of did have a inverse head and shoulder look over here on SPY and QQ, but that was not important. All right. Was important is that we were seeing factors suggest that we probably were witnessing a large bear trap go down. So we were looking for either a bounce there, or we were looking to go slightly lower, undercut some lows here, sweep some liquidity, and then we're going to be looking for that bounce. All right. As you see, we already started bouncing. I'm just going to tell you guys right now, I am bullish on this dip as of right now. We are going to take that off. You literally came down here to support. 15-minute RSI was oversold. You did not have the bullish divergence though. So if we were to sell off here, I was literally looking for something like this. All right. That was, in the end, that is what I was looking for. And then in the end, would have seen something like that go down. All right. You would have had a bullish divergence going on there. And then I would have been looking for a bounce. All right. As you guys have seen, we already have started bouncing. I will now point out you have a falling wedge breakout over here on QQQ. I did not see that in the prior video, so I'm telling you about it right now. We do not have a bearish look to us. You can short the beast. All of the beasts you can short. I will show you guys the beast that I speak of in this video. But I'm just putting it out there. I don't think you're going to have a good time. I really don't. I think downside is limited, and I think we are getting that next move up. So there's that. Okay. All right, so falling wedge breakout going on here. You're currently stalling out in the golden pocket here in QQ, just like you are over here in SPY. Now, SPY literally did backtest this falling wedge here, and that is exactly where you did end up stalling out at. Now, I will point out over here. All right, this is exactly where we were looking for sellers to step in. All right, so let's just read the more in brief, guys. SPY and QQ are both gapping up right into their 0.618 fibs. I'm looking for sellers to step in at the golden pockets on SPY. That would align with the rising wedge retest. I do think we will be moving higher from here, just by judging by how things look across the board on the big names. But for now, looking for sellers to step in the golden pockets. On SPY, if we can get above 515.50, then it likely pushes back up to a new high. That would be 518.22. On QQ, if it gets above 442, it likely runs to 444.02. Above there, we could see a new high. Then 450 is on the way. On IWM, it's still in this parallel channel. If it could break out from that, then I do. We got a spelling mirror there. Then I do think it likely runs up to the golden pocket from here. IWM sells off the new low. We will watch for the 1 hour bullish divergence. The chips are set up to run this week. I still think AMD is free money down here. So just a reminder. Good luck out there today. All right, guys. So as you see, we literally did end up coming right up to the rising wedge here. And I am still going to be bullish on this dip. All right. Now, I'm going to just jump over here. And I'm just going to cut right to the chase, guys. We got the NVIDIA conference going on today. You have NVIDIA in a bull flag going into that conference. I would not be surprised to see you break out from this bull, we're going to call it a bull pennant here, on the news, all right, which would be after hours today when they will be speaking. So, hey, guys, just going to interrupt the show for a brief announcement here. In the Discord, we will be running the 100K challenge. So this will be the starting from 1K and going all the way up to 100K. I will only be taking the best setups that I see, so the most quality. I will be waiting patiently for these setups to present themselves. And here's the caveat. We have to all in on every single trade. So that will be a documented challenge that is happening over there. For 30% off of your first month, use code 100K. If you are going to partake in the challenge and you're going to join just for that, just make sure you are using that code so you get 30% off of your first month. Again, that code is 100K for 30% off of your first month. All right, back to the regular show. That is going on. You come over here to AMD, and this is why I really don't think, guys, we're going to be seeing this big move down. All right, these big names typically move like pretty spot on with the market. All right, which is why you come over. We're going to talk about Google. We're going to talk about Apple. We're going to talk about Microsoft. We're going to talk about Amazon. We're going to talk about Meta. We're going to talk about all of them. But we're going to start off with AMD. All right, all of these things are just, part of the big picture that we will be discussing constantly here on this channel, guys. I know for a fact there's not another channel out there like this. So if you guys also acknowledge that, hit the bell. All right. know right when we put out a video so you could see it, because quite frankly, I only put in stuff that I think is going to make people money. I think it's either going to save people money or it's going to make people money. All right. That's really how it is. I think this is what I was trying to say. I think you're short in the hole if you were going to be shorting down here. All right. Golden pocket, break and retest, 5-week long range here, 4-hour RSI is oversold. And if you do undercut this low here, you're going to have a 4-hour bullish divergence going on here. And this is where you want to be buying. You're also going to be in the golden pocket. Downside risk at a maximum for me is down here at 176.85. But I'm just going to say, you're going to be bouncing off that trend line if you come down here. There's too much confluence going on here for this thing to just sell through this. It could sell through this, but with everything we're looking at, I think that's extremely unlikely. All right, so you got that going on. I will point out over here on TSM, you do also have this like falling wedge kind of pattern going on over there. You got that going on right there, and then you do have your 4-hour RSI in the same spot. You've seen a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4 of the last bounces, so there is that. All right, now let's go over to the other big boys. We got a Mr. Amazon. You are finding buyers right here on your trend line, right there in the golden pocket. All right, let's come over to QQQ. You finally got your news. Congrats if you held all the way through. Congrats if you were just waiting on your big payday, because it was, again, free money down there. All right, congrats if you were just waiting on your payday and you're still waiting on your payday, because, again, it was just free money. This whole time, it's just free money. All right, you buy enough time, you buy them August cons. All right, guess what? I think you're going to have a really good time. There will be that. Now, what is the thing that's going to bring the good time? Because Apple and Google, they ended up announcing an AI partnership. That is a big one. Apple may not be in this space right now, but I'll tell you right now, they have the resources. They have more resources than any other company to put into this project. All right, so I'm just putting it out there. I think Apple is, probably going to start making some moves. What I am looking for, though, is a daily close over this trend line. Until you can get that daily close over the trend line, I say, guys, do not try and play this thing in the short term. Stick to the free money strategy, which is like, hey, just buy your time. I'm not telling you to buy right now. You've had a lot of time to buy in over here, right? If you want to buy the breakout, there you go. But wait for that daily close. I think that is going to tell us that short-term momentum is switching back to bullish. Now, we did finally get above the 9 EMA. We have not done that in quite some time, ever since all the way over here. All right, how many days is that, guys? That's a month and a half right there, all right? We got about 30 trading sessions in there. You finally, today, have gotten above it. So what are we going to be watching for? We're watching for you to come down. Maybe you come to the top of that range, tap that 9 EMA on the daily time frame, and then boom, you're headed off to 180. Ideal scenario right there, all right? What are we also going to talk about? Mr. Tessie, okay? Mr. Tessie. I don't think I mentioned this one in the weekly update, but I'll tell you right now, guys, this weekly RSI has gotten all the way down here to 34 last week. I honestly don't think this is the bottom. All right, that's what I'm going to say right now. I think it's probably going to do something like this, where you go there and then you get another low. That's going to bring it down here, and we get our generational buying up. It's not a generational buying opportunity, but we get that massive buying opportunity that doesn't really happen on Tessie. Okay, you got all the way down here on the RSI. Guess what? Oversold. All the way down here on the RSI. Guess what? Oversold. Oversold. Guys, these marked major bottoms. These were the only times you have, only 3 times you've seen it since Tesla's inception. I think we're getting a massive buying opportunity. And I do think, again, if you're buying time on these things, I think it's free money. I think, go with the August expiration. I think it's free money. But I'm going to also tell you right now, I think you're going to see this. All right. And then that. That's honestly what I'm, thinking is likely. I think you could be doing something like this. Maybe we get a big move, all right? But I think eventually it's going to come down, and I think we're going to see that over there. Nonetheless, guys, you have a falling wedge here, and maybe I'm wrong, all right? Maybe you're going to break out of that falling wedge. You don't get rejected right here at the 186.72 gap, and we go for a ride, baby. We go for a ride. And from that point on, guys, we're looking for that 205 level right here. All right, if you get past that gap fill at 186.72, I know people look at gap fills in a different manner than me. That is okay, guys. I do things my way here on the channel, and I hope my work shows. I truly do believe, guys, if you do give my work a shot, I think you're going to appreciate the work. I think you're going to have a good time, and I hope I do entertain you guys as we're going over all of the boring stuff here, because at the end of the day, guys, most people find charts very boring, and it's my job to spice that up for all of us, okay? And I hope I do a good job at that. I really do appreciate the crap of you guys and appreciate the support you guys give. I appreciate it so much. Love you guys. All right. Back talking about the charts, though. Again, daily 9 EMA. You have not gone above it since you fell off a cliff beginning of March. Guess what? If you can reclaim that, I do think you're probably going to be heading up to that 186.72 gap fill. All right. So this is a ticker that's also looking pretty primed for a rip. All right. So primed for rip Tesla, primed for rip Apple. Goog, I think you're going to keep going. I think you're probably going to pull back and then keep going. But guys, this is what I was saying. This is your massive buying opportunity. I couldn't have said it louder here at the bottom. And I understand, guys, I look like an idiot when things are not going my way. I look like a complete fool. And I got roasted. All right? Every time we have a freaking bearish day, the Bears want to come on and roast your boy Henry. I'm telling you right now. All right? I will just start telling you guys, I'm an idiot. Roast me all you want. But at the end of the day, I think you're going to be wrong. I think you're going to look like the fool in the end. I'm just not going to tell you anymore at this time, you know? So just know, if you are going to leave a hating comment, I'm just going to agree with you. All right? I'm just going to say I am an idiot. I'm going to tell you I'm pretty like spot on. I'm always in the right place. Not so much always in the right time. Some of these bigger swing moves, I typically, you know, am early to the moves. That is okay. I will continuously look like an idiot, but then in the end, I will not look like an idiot. All right? But at the end of the day, I am an idiot. So it's okay. All right? It's all good. It's all good. All right? But let's just go over some FANG stocks. You got Apple looking good. You got Google looking good. You got Meta. What do we got going on, Mr. Meta? Well, guys, your 4-hour RSI, I'm just going to point out, for over a year now, you have been able to buy these. These have been your dips. All right. These have literally been your dips since we were in the bear market that you should have been taking. If you wanted to take advantage, that you should have been taking advantage of. All right. Just pointing out right here, you have this, you know, uptrend going on right here. You have your touch point right there. You also have this uptrend right here. Guys, we have dual trend line support here that aligns with the golden pocket. And you also have this like triangle formation going on right here. But screw the triangle. We're just going to look at it as this downtrend. Is you get the 4-hour close above this downtrend, and I do think you're going to push up the 502, and I think this thing is probably going to start moving and grooving back to, you know, this 510 area up here. Probably will take out the high. This is a bullish setup, in my personal opinion, and yeah, I think it has a lot of potential here. All right, you have a lot of confluence. That's all I really want to get at right here. You have a lot. You have trend line, downtrend. You're getting tight. You got golden pocket going on. You have 4 RSI in the same spot. You keep getting these bounces at. All right. Yeah, it's looking good. Downside's either limited over here, but I think it's much more like, or you get an upside, but I think it's upside move. I think it's much more likely that you just start that upside move and do not come there and get the false breakdown from this trend line. But that is a possibility. That is a possibility. I'm just saying the golden pocket is here, so I'd like to see you hold here anyway. But if you go a little lower, I mean, I think you're probably just gonna set a bear trap. I'm gonna be completely honest, guys. I'm showing you guys bullish charts. There's not, you know, anything really not bullish about these charts, all right? You got Amazon over here. I showed you guys you're literally at your uptrend here. Okay, come over here to the daily time frame. All right, you're consolidating above this. If you were to come down, guys, look for buyers. Okay, like, you know, it's just literally, this is the zone you just broke out from. You had all of this consolidation. Now you got this consolidation. I think you're about to have a next leg up. All right, so that's that, guys. Am I missing any of the big names? All right, we covered Goog. We covered Amazon. We covered Apple. We covered Meta. There is one I'm missing, though. Microsoft. All right. Microsoft, again, guys, you're just in this massive range here. You have a 2-month-long range here. You have an uptrend that continuously gets these reactions. By continuously, I mean since you set it over here, you got a 1, you got a 2, you got a 3. All right, if you come down here, look for another reaction. But I'm just putting it out there. I don't think this thing is like going to start breaking down from here. I think it's much more likely that you were just consolidating. You got your hint here on what the stock wants to do, and I think you're probably going to come up here to these fib extension levels. All right. That's what I'm looking for. Bullishness, baby. Bullishness. Bullishness. Permabull Henry is up in action. But I'm also going to tell you right now, I don't look at myself as a permabull. I look at myself as just a chartist. And I'm just going to say right now, all right? So I'm actually going to comment on this. I think there's no chance this big guy is going to be watching my vids. There's this guy on Twitter, Banana Stocks. I started following him a few months back when I made my Twitter. I found him, and I'm just going to say right now, let's actually just go look at this, because I think this is absolutely phenomenal. I'm just going to put it out there. I think this is phenomenal. All right. The fact that this is the case is I am so hyped about this. All right. I'm so hyped because literally coming into this week, I'm bullish as heck on these. I have setups to go off of on these things, like every single one of them. Tesla, you come over here to the trade ideas tab. Well, again, like Microsoft, I'm ready for it. All right. You got, there it is, Tesla. Like, people could say this chart's not suggesting that this thing was going to begin a reversal, but guys, what are you talking about? Reversal was pending on all of these. All right. You come over here, and this is what I'm hyped about because there were no charts showing anything bullish on any of the three. I don't care what anyone says. These posts were an attempt with humor, and I love to show where the sentiment is instinctive to collide. Now people are going to show you bullish charts, but sometimes it does take gut feel, and that cannot be taught. It just takes time. Guys, if you have been following along with my channel, if you are in the Discord, if you are following along with Twitter, if you're following along with anything, you know, any of my social media, you know for a fact, no, I am the exception. All right. I am the person who was not showing you bullish charts after the fact. I was the person pointing out the things as things were happening. I was pointing out the free money on Goog. All right. I'm still pointing out the free money over here on AMD. All right. But like specifically in that one, guys, let's just run through it just so you guys know what I was looking at. First things first, weekly RSI. You're down here. You're in the golden pocket. You're in a large falling wedge. Okay. Daily bullish divergence ever since we took out this level, which suggests we're probably going to, you know, somewhere in here, we're probably going to be in that reversal. We don't have any confirmation that you're going to break out from this thing. You're waiting for a breakout, but guess what? All right. You want to say there's no bullish charts on these things. I call cap. I'm a chartist. And honestly, what this shows me is, guys, if I get my discipline and my patience intact, like just on point, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to be a freaking machine. I'm already a machine right now, and I'm just going to say, this makes me so freaking happy to know that other people who have been in the game for like 20 to 30 years, I'm pretty sure this is an older individual, could not spot what I spotted ahead of time and kept calling out the whole time because I was like, guys, I'm not changing it. All right. Like straight up, these things they're loading big reversals. All right. They were loading. And I'm just going to say right now, this one is loading probably a big reversal right here as well. I was also the guy over here that was saying, yeah, it was loading. All right. A lot of these things, I'm honest, guys. I'm very honest with you guys. I'm so transparent. Guys, a lot of these swings, I'm early to these things. I am. But I'm telling you, I will continuously call things out when I see things on these charts. I got your back. Let's see. I didn't change the patterns, and that was easy button. Is it going to work? It's not going to work. Come on, buddy. Come on. Guys, that was easy button. Actually, oh, now you want to, I started hitting it. It quite literally randomly goes off, and it's at the weirdest freaking times. I'll do a good trade or something like that, or just something that makes me really freaking excited. And somehow that was easy button that is sitting like decently far to the right from me, like kind of out of reach here and I'm a 6'4" guy. Like this thing somehow is making noise. This thing's got a ghost in it or something like that. I have absolutely no idea. All right. But yeah, that was easy button. It's on my side. The ghost is on my side because it cheers for me when, I need it. Or it'll be, a rough thing, and then like, oh, I'll make it. I'll do a decision that I need to make, and then it goes off, and I'm like, what? I didn't hit you. What are you doing? Crazy. It's scary, but it's crazy. All right, guys. But yeah, we're bullish. All right, we're bullish on every single one of these charts. All right, you want to talk about it again? Tesla. You also had your 4-hour RSI down over here. You had the daily RSI down over there. Bullish divergence. Okay. Now I'm also going to direct your attention to SMCI, guys. This thing is leading the market right now. It's tanking chips. I think this is the ticker that the chips are following here, considering. Yeah. All right. I'm not saying this is an early warning sign for what's coming over here on Mr. Nvidia, but I'm definitely saying right now SMCI stalled out here. It is breaking down. All right. If you see. Oh, no, you're seeing it right now. Okay. All right. I was going to say, I remember this because I was the guy trading it down here, and I was an idiot because I missed this. All right. But I was also the guy 110%. I know for you guys actually want to see something cool. All right. SMCI. All right. Oh, so far back. So far back. I had you on the focus list. Can we keep going? All right. Can we keep going? Where was it? When did this thing actually launch? So this was back over in January. So we got to go way back. We're going to go down there. We're going to go to this fourth page right here, right? This is back in December, right? Picture perfect break and retest. Am I Oh, geez Louise, man. This is what I was saying. I was the person trading this, and I missed the big move, baby. That's what I was just telling you guys about the freaking just get discipline and patience intact. And Henry, you're going to have a really good time. And, you know, it excites the living crap out of me because these big moves, guys, it's my job now to just always be watching for these moves, all right? Get the patience and discipline like completely unattacked, and guess what? You're going to have a really freaking good time, man. A really freaking good time. All right? Like all these big movers, I was there for. I was just may have not caught, you know, that. All right? Guess what? You guys want to know something else? CELH. Did it hit 100? Yeah, it hit 100. All right? Were we bullish? When you had, like literally, when it was still in your consolidation, you had a massive falling wedge here. All right, which actually I think, yeah, it was right over there. You come over the weekly chart. And then what do we have right here, guys? You get bought up right here at the golden pocket. Like this is what I'm saying, guys. I'm pretty much always in the right spot. Just I might be a little too early to things at you know, sometimes there. But there's that, guys. We're bullish in the dips over here on CELH. We said, you know, it was very likely that this thing was going to explode. It was the analog setup. Well, SMCI was the analog setup for our boy CELH over here. This thing looks glorious. All right. Let's get back to some relevant information. I'm sorry. I'm getting really excited, really happy here because quite frankly, this is just, it's amazing to me. All right. I love charts, guys. I really do. And this is what I do with a lot of my time, most of my time, the vast majority. And I'm in this thing to win this thing. I left the comment the other day because there were haters on my channel, and I'm just going to reiterate it right now. Winners win, losers lose. You want to be a loser, then keep losing. But if you know you're a winner, you're going to freaking find a way to win. Make it make sense. If it don't make sense to you, then, you know, I'm sorry. Make it make sense. Because quite frankly, if you know you're a winner, which I know for a fact I'm a winner, all right, we will find our ways to win. And if you know you are not a winner, you will keep losing. Okay? So make the mental switch. Flip it. Flip the switch. Do it. Ignite it. And run it. All right? All right, so we're going to close things out over here on SPY, guys. You do have a big week. We got FOMC on Wednesday, but we do have the NVIDIA conference going on after the bell. They will be speaking. The CEO will be speaking over there. I'm just putting it out there. That is probably going to be moving the market. I think, like I've made it pretty clear in this video, I think it's going to be a bullish catalyst. All right, you come over here in NVIDIA. You're just kind of chilling in here. I think it's probably going to break you out of this thing. It looked like you were going to get the breakout over here, but you came right back in before that thing was closing, about an hour before the close of this 4-hour candlestick. All right, and then you have AMD looking like this. Like if you do end up getting this sell right here, this is your massive, 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 massive buying opportunity over here on AMD. You wanted to catch a chip stock at the bottom. You're gonna catch this. You're gonna freaking see it undercut this low right here. The low is 183.96. You see it come down here. You start buy. You don't have to do anything. I buy. I told you guys in the last video, if I get these opportunities, I'm going to get more heavy than I'm comfortable with. Because quite frankly, you know, guys, I'll call it how I see it. I'll straight up call it how I see it. I'm not one of these channels who's just going to sit there saying like, oh, you know, like, oh, we can go either or. I give my scenarios, but I'm always going to tell you my bias. All right. And if you want to tell me I'm biased, guess what? I'm biased because of what I'm seeing on the charts. There's that. People want to be bearish biased. Now, I'm going to argue that makes absolutely no sense. You are still in an uptrend. You literally came down and you got bought up straight from your support. QQQ, you slightly undercut your support right here, and then you bounced up to the golden pocket. I told you, even if you're a bear, you're not looking to sell right here. You're looking to sell this rip right here. All right, and quite frankly, now that I see that falling wedge, I don't think you're going to get a chance to sell that rip right there. I think if you pull back, you're probably going to get something like this into Wednesday. There's that. All right, so that's my opinion. That is my bias. And let's take a look at Mr. IWM over here, all right? Look at it. And yeah, I still will defend the blow off top scenario because we haven't seen a blow off top and we're just consolidating on a bunch of these tickers and you're oversold on a bunch of these big names. And yeah, okay, that is what is waiting on. That is what this thing is waiting to do. Okay, that is what this thing is probably, also waiting to do. All right, things really ain't looking bad, guys. They ain't looking bad. So if people are telling you to look at bad, guys, please come over to my channel and let me know. And maybe I'll even check out that guy, and then maybe I'll tell you my opinion. Because quite frankly, anybody who's had a bearish bias, you've been wrong like every single time. And I'm gonna tell you, I've had bullish things on these charts that I show you guys ahead of time, pretty much every single time. All right, so whoever has the bearish bias and is like, just kind of shoving it down your throat, just understand, like, I think he just has the wrong info because we got the right info here on the channel, clearly. There's that. All right, guys, so you could honestly just trade flat going into Wednesday. I'm just going to say, do not expect a lot coming into tomorrow. Do not. And like the most I'm really looking for is the chips to do some crazy things. All right. And if the chips do some crazy things and you somehow take out this high before Wednesday, guys, maybe you do get that blow off top scenario. All right. There's that. And I'm still for that. I'm going to be quite honest on that one. I'm going to be quite honest. But yeah, on QQQ, on the shorter time frames, guys, you're looking for a break above this 0.786 fib, which is going to be 441. We're going to play it safe. Say you can get above the 442 supply zone. You're probably going to see a quick move up to 44402, which is the high of this candlestick right here. And above there, you could start heading up to the supply zone that starts up at 44658. The high of one of these things, right? Is that it right there? I just passed it right there. All right, and obviously the top is all the way up there at around 448. Guys, we did not get up to 450. I think that is where we have potential to go on this leg up. And yes, all right, if things go how I'm laying them out here in this video, then yeah, we're going to have that the leg up, okay? All right, with that being said, everybody have a lovely rest of your day. I hope you guys enjoyed the early update. I hope you guys are entertained. And with that being said, I will catch you all in the next one. Have a lovely rest of your day. I appreciate you, and peace.